Hello, and welcome to our audio newsletter. Finally, we're at the beginning of summer. Life is good. We'll continue our 1-hour online classes this June and July, and we will be taking August off. We have done a number of classes on sales issues, and we'll soon be moving on to other subjects, like working with subcontractors, architects, and designers. Brian Javelin will also be joining us to update you on things that you should have on your website to attract more customers. Now, our newsletter for this week. Shady Contractors. If you're doing residential construction work, you know there are all kinds of people you must deal with. You'll especially see it in sales. We talked about that in our online class last Thursday, and we'll discuss more about sales opportunities, also known as challenges, next Thursday. There are also all kinds of contractors. We received this note from one of the good guys asking questions about helping a homeowner who was dealing with a shady contractor. This is a quote. I recently received a phone call from a retired lady who hired a shady contractor to do an addition on her home. While the actual work being done is of acceptable quality, the GC has completely overshot her budget doing additional work and then getting her to sign off on that additional work after he starts it. He now claims that she still owes him $37,000. The original contract was for $168,000 and she has already paid him $171,000. In my humble opinion, the contract price was low for what work was outlined. On top of that, after I reviewed it, the contract is obviously grossly under-detailed. There are listed items on the contract that are missing, which the GC will not credit back to the client. Additionally, the work done seems to be priced extremely high, double what I would charge considering my cost plus markup. End quote. Now let me interrupt this note to say that the reason you need to have change or additional work orders signed and paid before doing any changes or additional work is to establish in writing that your client wants the change and is willing to pay for it. Most contractors who don't take the time to get a change work order signed think they're too busy to stop and do the paperwork. With this contractor, it sounds like part of his scam. He makes the change and then tells the clients they have to pay for it. I'd like to know how she chose her contractor. It looks like he was the lowest price contractor and is making up for that low price with changes. And now let's go back to his note. Quote, my question is, I'd really like to help this lady get her project finished. Other projects that I've taken over, the client had already parted ways with the original general contractor. And my contracts were extremely specific about what work I was to do and what work I would not be liable for. In this situation, the client wants to have the original GC finish the work, as she has already paid him more than the original contract amount. I'm not a licensed attorney, so I'm a little wary of what advice I can give her and how I could be of service to this lady. I feel bad for her as she is retired, single, and has been taken advantage of by this GC. Your advice would be extremely helpful. Your book saved my company back in 2009, and I value your input in this situation. End quote. I suggested he encourage the homeowners to file a complaint with the State Contractors Board. I also don't think it's wise for him to get involved any further as long as the original contractor is in the picture. I'm reasonably sure that many of you have either been in this situation, a similar situation, or have heard these stories from a friend. Contractors like this continue to cause problems for home and building owners. The good guys pay the price. The general contractor written about in this note should have his license yanked and get the heck out of our industry. He's one of the reasons construction has a bad name. What can you do? Be honest, be fair, Quote a firm fixed price to your clients and educate them on why that's the best way to hire a contractor. Write a detailed contract and build the job according to the contract. Don't take shortcuts and don't expect the owner to pay for any mistakes. Good guys win in the long run. Thanks for watching. May the profits be with you, and we'll see you next time.